How are we doing this morning? Been one of those weekends, been one of those mornings, well, actually nights, if you look at it. Uh, Last night I thought I was dreaming. Someone was throwing something at my window, banging on my door, and normally that's an indication there's a lot lizard at your door. What do you mean by that? Well, a lot lizard is someone that's looking for you know, to sell sex to poor dumbass truck drivers. And I didn't pay no mind, turned over, and kept on sleeping because 9 times out of 10, unless I have to, I really don't stay at mom and pops. I try to stay at the normal, um, normal regular truck stops. But you know, and I'm so happy that I started implementing regular truck drivers things, which was I threw a lock on the back of the truck, on the trailer, and I didn't get up until I started whacking at the door, and I'm looking up, and it's a ninja with a hood on, and I realized, because I've been doing dedicated for so long, I ain't had nothing in the truck to protect myself. And the other part of that is um, I didn't get out and look around because see, you got to use some common sense. Hey guys, I got to cover y'all up for a minute. I'm going into the agricultural station. I don't need them to see the if that blocks you or whatever. I don't need them to see you know me on YouTube or whatever. I might get in trouble. But I didn't do the normal Caucasian horror movie thing where they get out and look around and then get robbed. Because they be robbing the wrong person. I ain't got no money. But what I did was I turned the truck on. I pulled all the way forward just to double check the back of this trailer. Pulled it all the way forward into the parking lot to go look behind it, and check my stuff. I noticed one guy's trailer doors open. I'm minding my business. Um, you know, I didn't want to wake him up. He could said I already did that or whatever. You know, I I backed back in there, locked my doors, and was prepared. I was sleeping a little bit light because I'm a little bit sleepy today. It's been a long time since I had to deal with foolishness, but now that I know it's back to normal, I'm either going to be carrying my handheld sledgehammer in here or one of those not a tire iron, but a thumper. It's like a small baseball bat or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to cause or whatever. But I'm trying to go home and protect myself. I ain't got time for this foolishness. You know what I mean? Thank you. All right. But that's what that's what happened to me. And when I went in, I got back up about 4 hours later. Went in there and told the people inside, y'all better need to watch out. And they said that might have been the two guys that were in here. And I'm like, see, Sheriff, did I want to call the cops? I said, no, it happened a little bit, ago, but I'm watching out. But now I'm back on high alert, for the foolishness, and it's a daggone shame that you got these young brothers. We got enough problems, these young brothers that are lost. They think it's okay. I can do a couple of hours of robbing and stealing, and I'll make more money than all y'all put together. Well, I'd rather work in McDonald's than to do that foolishness. I'm sorry, that's just me. I don't want to go to jail. I'm not ready to go to jail, and I don't see why I need to go to jail for some foolishness. But if my life's on the line, I will protect myself. You know what I'm saying? But I do have that. Well, it used to be a song called "New York State of Mind." I still have a New York state of mind. Hey, don't go back there. Don't go looking for them. You don't have a gun. You're not. And see, even if I did have a gun, see, here's the magic words. What people don't realize is you can be a gun owner. That's your right as an American citizen. But if you don't have the training and you have never been in a firefight and you don't have the skill set to pick your targets and to do it, what good is it? What good is being a gun? And if you don't know your rights, you know what I'm saying? What good is having that gun? Because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna freeze up anyway. Because you've never been in that situation. I'm a gun toting, God fearing, blah 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 blah. But you're still 9 times out of 10 gonna freeze up. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna make right choices, and it's sad. It's sad because again, I don't want to hurt nobody, but I gotta protect myself. I have to get home. You know what I mean? And it's sad that I got to be woken up in the middle of my sleep. I'm working hard. I've had my mistakes. I've done what all my problems. I'm working hard, and yo behind want to come rob me. What they probably doing was trying to say, "Hey, did he go home for the weekend? Let me bang on this door, see if anybody comes out, and then I break into the back of his trailer." You see what I'm saying? It's this foolishness and crap that you can't get a job like the rest of us. I'm home. I'm not home. I'm lonely as heck. I miss my wife, but I got to deal with your black ass. You see what I'm saying? It's so funny. I about to say I wish Urban was around. He can't. He said last time I had to go shopping my axe. Jesus, I'd probably go to jail if I got inspected and had a handheld axe in a commercial vehicle. A handheld axe or a machete. I mean, I'm just saying. And it's sad that you got. Sorry, hold on. I always gotta spit up every time I start talking to y'all online. You know what I mean? And it's understanding it's understanding your situation. You know what I mean? But I haven't really had to go through this situation in a long time. But normally drivers get shot, normally drivers get robbed, drivers get killed. They get out their truck and start looking around. I got out my truck because I pulled my truck out into the middle of the parking lot. So I could see you. I could spot you. I walked around the truck, made sure my truck was okay. I could spot you, and then I could do what I needed to do. But this is, I guess that is the segue into talking about what would you do. I got a few. I ain't got a whole lot of them about what would you do. But first of all, let's talk about this channel's updates. Um, I've kind of slowed down because one of the ways that I was actually grabbing new subscribers is videotaping trucks pass by me playing music, and it's kind of died down. I think because I've been running the same. I've been running the same music. I'm unstoppable. Blah 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 blah. I'm irreplaceable. You know, you know, um, something like that. I gotta find new music, but I'm not really a music listener. And the music I listen to, normal African Americans don't listen to. I'm just saying. I'm still, I might be 56, but I'm still a black geek. I listen to Japanese rock and roll at this point, and I'll probably move on to something else later on. But ain't nobody trying to hear that. They're like, "What the heck?" I've had a few where I put some country music because it's with a lot of truck drivers are you know country. So I gotta look for me some more country music to add to that to keep growing. Right now we're at 1,300 friends, which is it 1,300? I think it's 1,300. I don't know. I'm getting old, and I've officially started the countdown. I am under 800 hours to the next level, to the next level of getting um, mon- partially monetized or selling or whatever the heck we're gonna be doing. I got to figure out, future shirts without pissing off my pissing off the love of my life. He's thinking that I'm having emotional attractions to people or whatever the hell, But in that aspect, I gotta tread lightly because I would like to have merch that I could give away, merch that I could sell to, pay for whatever. I see a new person in there. Good morning, welcome in, welcome in. Who is that? I wonder if that's who was. It was. I watched it live yesterday, and I was having a good old time. They were going past my comments, but I was having a ball because they were talking about people cheating, and it was a good conversation. So I'm not going to act a fool. I'm not going to say no. Oh, I would do that, but but the fact is, what they should have did in that live yesterday that I was on, that I was listening to, you got to read. It's in uh, uh, TikTok. Is people read these Reddit stories. I don't go straight to Reddit. I just like to read the boy. There's some vicious retaliations when people found out that they've been cheated on. I think that was the subject, being cheated on. What? And I was like, what would you do? You know what? Um, and which brings me back to my subject, and I'm gonna say, what would I do if I found out I was being cheated on? Because I know my worth, because I know how much I love the person that I'm with, and we didn't talk about this, and you didn't give me a chance or whatever, and it just happened. I'm done, and I would expect the same from the person that I'm with. She knows her worth, and I wouldn't dare do that. I wouldn't dare do that to her. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't dare do that to her. But let me do this. Let's 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 do this. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Well, I'm gonna yell in a lower tone today, but I'm starting it out with a warning for this conversation. This is going part of this conversation is going to be an adult conversation. So if you really get your feelings hurt really quick and you can't have an adult conversation, I'd ask you, please, 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 for the love of God, just go ahead and leave the channel because we're gonna have a little bit of adult conversation. Now, I'm not gonna be yelling and screaming because I was talking and thinking I didn't get a chance to put a new video up but it's a warning. If you get highly offended real quick, go ahead and leave. You're not bothering nobody. You ain't bothering me. You ain't hurting my feelings. But let me go back to I'm all over the place and I apologize early in the morning. Been up since 3. Uh, Also, my watch time hours are down to I need 200 to get to the next level. I'm not asking you to watch watch all my what my saved videos or whatever the heck they call them. I just ask you get a chance, just watch one because YouTube has a new algorithm that you start running people's playlists and everybody start running it. Next thing you know, I ain't got a channel. I don't worked hard for this. I don't worked hard and got to this level. I've worked hard to. I got people that come in and I've got a dedicated two. A dedicated 2, dedicated 3 now, 3 or 4, and I thank y'all very much. But if you get a chance, just watch 1 or 2 videos, me mowing the lawn or acting the fool. I greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment. But back to what I was saying. Um, I'm 56, and I've done so much dumb behind stuff. I've done so much stupid stuff. So much stuff looking for attention, so much stuff looking for appreciation, so much stuff looking for someone to give a flying fuck about me, so much stuff to try to get back at you, to try to hurt your feelings, to make you feel sorry for me. I've lied, I've said all kind of crap. But 8 years ago I finally found no I rephrase that. Someone finally found me and allowed me to. I'm not saying I'm fully healed. I wish I could say that, but allowed a lot of past trauma to be healed, be corralled, to be put in its proper place. I got a long way to go. That's why y'all hear me yelling and screaming and getting all emotional and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And I cherish that. My first marriage, I put my wedding band. I took my wedding band in and sold it to feed that ungrateful ass first wife of mine and my child. And I hawked it at the pawn shop and I never went back for it because I didn't care what it meant. But this one on my finger right now, I really take it off. If I take it off, only one I took off for a good period of time is when I hurt my finger so bad it swelled up, and I knew if I didn't take it off, it was going to be stuck on my finger. And I want not. And my wife said something, and I'm like, Ninja, you don't even know. I've lost weight that I mean, I've gained a lot of it back, but I've lost weight where it's loose on my hand. But I buy those things to hold it in there, like the ring. They're like whatever. But you know what I mean. But it means something to me. It means more than anybody could ever imagine because I didn't ask for a lot. All I wanted was someone to love me. In our society nowadays, when someone uses that word love, half the time it's a lie. They don't even know what love means. It's a physical response. I'm 56, type 2 diabetic. Let's be honest. Stuff don't work. Stuff don't work sometimes. I know I have low testosterone because I went to a urologist because I'm getting older. Yeah, yeah, you got all that Viagra, but I still want someone to love me. If something happened, and I never thought I'd say something happened, I got my wife. If anything happened to her, and I pray that nothing does, you know what I'm saying? We have people that once they get sick, it's deuces, they gone. You know what I'm saying? But I remember, I don't know if I said if we got married in the courthouse. I don't know. It said till death do us part, but I mean that till death do us part. So it's so funny. I said it a few weeks back. Someone had said to me, I was helping this lady back into a spot because I said if I don't help her, she gonna hit me. So I helped guide her, and she said, "Oh, hey, can I get your number? Maybe we could talk on the line." I said, "No, ma'am, no, ma'am. I am not allowed to receive another woman's number other than my wife." And I apologized. I said, "I'm sorry," and I had this biggest smile on my face because I meant that. I'm not just saying that. I meant it. You know, we half the stuff we do because it makes us feel good for the moment. Look, I had enough years. I'm not exaggerating. A lot of people exaggerate. I had enough years of straight, unadulterated misery. 20 years of it was sober with my first wife. Straight, unadulterated misery. What would you have done? I had a woman come out her face and say, "I will suck your blah blah, blah," ma'am. And that was to the first idiot I was married to. So now I'm at a resolve now. I wouldn't even have even entertained that conversation. I would have took off. I remember I went to a because this is the conversation. What would you do? I literally we would you know my wife doesn't like me drinking, but she tolerates it. So I try my best to keep it to a minimum. Sometimes I go overboard, and I have to remind myself. I try to keep it to a minimum, and we were out at a friend's birthday party, and it was one of them black restaurants and slash restaurant slash club or whatever, live music. It was actually fun. And I'm sitting with my wife. We're taking Instagram. I'm taking Instagram pictures and putting it online with no bandana, bald head, hair receding hairline, having a good old time. I'm having a good old time. And I walk up to the bar, and it's crowded, so I'm squeezed in between two people. Uh, and I order, a Michelob Ultra, and said, and one lady, the lady, she reached over rubbed my stomach and said something about how I love to rub Buddha's belly. And you thought someone put a shotgun to my head. I literally was shaking. I took off and um I literally ran back to the table and sat down next to my wife and was sipping on my beer, had my head touched. She said, "What's the matter with you?" And I said nothing. I literally said nothing, nothing, dear, nothing. And I did not go get another beer for the rest of that day. I was like, oh hell no, oh hell, that song, hell to the no, to the no, 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 hell to the. I say, oh heck no, because my thing is uh. Because see, you hear about the stories of situations where guys with low self-esteem. I've always talked about. I've had it for a long time. My self-esteem is probably normal levels right now. Not. I don't think I'm super ninja. I don't think my stuff don't stink or nothing like that. I think I'm just a regular Joe. And the thing about that though is, you know, um, I'm good with that. I had a different what I was gonna say. I'm good with that. Oh, there you go. I see two people. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. Um, and I said to myself, and I say it a lot. You ninjas ain't gonna mess up how good I got it. This woman takes care of me. This woman loves me. This woman gives me appreciation. She can be vicious. Now let me correct. That's why I fear her. She can be vicious. She can be cold. But when you stay within the parameters of this relationship that we in, I'm good. So I don't ever want to move or not be in those parameters of what this woman is expecting of me. Do you see what I'm saying? Because again, it's preached that men are stupid, men do this, men. You're right, we're fucking idiots. But I ain't retarded. I know where I got, and I cherished it to that point. I cherished it to that level. I cherish it because I care about her. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to hurt her. If that's a part of love, then I'm happy for it because I don't want to hurt this woman. I did once, and it wasn't cheating or nothing like that. I did once, and there was one time she actually cried in front of me. Actually, I think it was more than I think it was once, and it was a misunderstanding. I don't ever want to see that from her again. And those are the things that we have to figure out. Guys be thinking, I'm not gonna get caught. Oh no, I'm not even entertaining that. I don't care if I'm not gonna get caught. Get caught. I ain't doing it. How about that one? That's why in that last argument I got accused of some shit. I told this a hill I'm ready to down because I know I didn't. I'm still ready to down that hill because I know I didn't. I mean that. Charles tell you, I the hills. That's really, it's neither. It's a good feeling. But another thing, I wanted to ask, I'm gonna ask in the chat. We see all of these videos of Karens and Karens daring people in public. I dare you to, initiate or fight back. I dare you. And, especially if you come into these neighborhoods, that's why I used to get out at night and walk. But when I started seeing all of those people accosting them and that jogger got shot and all that stuff, and I have armament, but I'm not trying to have a shootout because I'm trying to walk and exercise my fat ass. I used to do that when I was on the road. I'd stop at a truck stop and I'd start walking up the highway, off the off ramp, all walking the neighborhoods, circle the neighborhood, and come back because I was having fun with my Fitbit to see how many steps I could do. But then I stopped doing that because what would you do if someone approached you? You always see these videos. Let me see your ID. I don't have to give you nothing. And then they stop you and chase you and all this other stuff. Like this is the wild, wild west. I got banned from Facebook one time because I'd say I'd lose my job because I'd run you. I would. This guy was delivering. He's in a big truck in the neighborhood, and this guy comes across him with the car and blocks him in. And he's African American, and the white people, you going, where do you come from? I don't have to tell you all that. But you see, I got a uniform on. You see, I got a FedEx. I'm with FedEx. You see, I'm with FedEx. But you're going to stop me because I'm black. You see, I got Amazon on me. But you're going to stop me because I'm black. Nah, player. You better call the cops real freaking quick. Now, I will show the cops my ID. But I ain't showing you no ID. Because, see, the cops are going to shoot you. They shoot first and ask questions later. Hey, good morning, Frugamon. You see what I'm saying? What would you do? Oh, I got a good one. I got a good one. And this a lot of times this happened. I told this story a long time ago, but I'm gonna tell it again. When I was in high school, I wasn't even 200 pounds. I would kill for that right now. I would kill if I wasn't even 200 pounds. And I joined this gym. I mean, this was in the 80s. This was like World's Gym type stuff, where guys were so buff they walked around with, they didn't call them what they call them now. They were spandex, and they shot up steroids and all this other stuff. And I remember I didn't even remember how much weight it was. It was 2 round metal plates. And I started push bench pressing it, and then it got it got too heavy, and I couldn't push it off my chest. And I was more embarrassed to yell out help. And I couldn't get it off my chest. And I'm squirming, I couldn't get it off my chest. And next thing you know, this white dude, buff, big dude, he's in my face. Get that, lift that motherfucker, get it, you got this guy. And I boom, lifted it. I was like, ah! I got it off me and put it back there, and I never came back to that. I never came back to that place again. But I recognized that I should have had a spotter, and he knew I didn't know what I was doing. And you hear stories like that. There was one story. The guy is legally blind, and he's in the gym working out, and he's looking in a direction, and a lady is telling him stop staring at me, and he says, "Excuse me," and because he's blind, stop staring at me. And then she walks. She walks into the, tells the manager comes over there, and he says, "Sir, I'm legally blind. I'm legally blind." And see, that's why, and I don't know because I don't go to the gym. Okay, I don't know. I don't. I'm not in the gym, but a lot of women, they what they're saying they do, and I'm not attacking y'all. I'm trying to be kind of funny today, and I don't know. I don't think it's working, but um, they have their little, the round light they set up, and they have their videos, or they TikToks or whatever while they're working out and showing their booty and all this other stuff. But when they get on something that and they get struggling like I did, and they need a man to come over and help, and they wonder why nobody help them. I'm just saying. Because I remember when in the dating stages, one of the places that what they were saying to meet men and women was to go to, one of these gyms. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I see. Wellness Fruit Mama with the LOL. 'Cause, hey, and don't forget at 7 o'clock. Wellness with Frugal Mama's coming up next. 7 o'clock Eastern. Catch that beat. I ain't did it in a while. For all you fat asses, y'all need to get some weight off you before Thanksgiving. You really need to be pumping it hard this week. I mean, including myself. I need to pump and give me some exercise in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm throwing that out there for. I'm calling y'all fat ass when I know it's me. Lord, give me strength. But what would you do if you were in a gym and someone of the opposite sex is struggling and needs help? What would you do? Uh, I'm gonna leave that one alone, but I don't know what I would do because first of all, it'd be a miracle. It'd be a miracle if I was in the gym. First of all, you'd be hearing the heavenly stars, oh, and the flutes and the trumpets blaring. If I was in a gym, first of all, you'd be hearing all that. But see, I just was reminded of another one, and this is really not. It has nothing to do with prejudice against Caucasians, but this is something that you see out in the world, and that's nothing to do with them. But I have to add that to the picture because this is what happened. And I told the trainer, we're in our yard, and the guy he's training this guy to back up, and he's struggling. He's struggling, and all he had to do is like do two or three simple things, and I was gonna walk up, and then two people yelling, "Don't help him!" And I walked over to them, and they're trainers or whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's a sorry way how to teach somebody something. But do you, boo boo? You know what I mean? And I walked away. But right before I walked away, I was going to give the guy, and it was a brother. I was giving him a pep talk, like, "Hey, relax, take a deep breath. You got this." I was just going to give him a, okay. But he got more mad at me that I walked up to him while he was in the truck, like, "Leave me the fuck alone," blah blah blah. Okay, player, I'm good. You'll never hear from me again. My old self, I'd have got mad. But my experienced self is, look, we all make mistakes. I'm gonna I'm gonna take that, because I'm gonna take that to the notion is you'd rather hear the Caucasian that's training you instead of someone that has 850,000 miles under his belt with this one company, but over 1 million in my regular in my total driving career as a truck driver. And I've hit stuff, I make mistakes, and I've done all that. But I'm going to pass on what someone else taught me. But you don't want to hear that, because you think that anybody of your same race is here to bring you down like crabs in a barrel, instead of cheering you on and say, "Hey, hang in there, you got this." You see what I'm saying? And this is how we do. This is how we do, and it's not negative, because I went to that trainer. I said, "Hey, bro, you might want to tell your boy to relax, because he gonna listen to you. He don't want to hear shit from me." And he's like, "Yeah, he a little blah blah blah." I said, "Yeah, I know. I've been there. I know how it is." But yeah. Now I want to talk about this other. Um, there's these two brothers on TikTok. I every time they come across my feed, I'm laughing my behind off. And the reason that I'm laughing my behind off is because they're telling, where I don't know where they find these stories from. But one thing I learned, and when we talk about being a man and manning up and uh, you know doing the man thing and and living your life as a man, one thing I learned out of all the relationships I've been in this wonderful slash best relationship I'm in right now that I'm married to. One thing I've learned: when you piss a woman off, their their tongue is their most powerful. Their tongue and their brain, their vengeance is unbelievably painful. They can a woman with the right words can bring an army to their knees. And a woman that you have confided in can whip you, can draw blood, can draw blood. And I'm not talking a paper cut. I'm talking can cut at the jugular and watch you bleed out. And these guys had said they were reading some stories, and one of them, I'm trying to be polite about this, because I gave y'all the warning at the beginning of this adult conversation this morning. Uh, the I don't know how you guys, you know, when you're in the sexual encounter, but most men like to say, during sex, "This is my vajayjay." And during sex, and you get the reciprocation. Yeah, yes, 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 yes. This is mine. This is mine. Well, these guys are reading off these stories, and one of the remarks when the guy said, "This is my," you know, but JJ, the woman said, "Nah, I don't think so." Oh my God. The woman said, "Nah, I don't think so." I would have stopped. I literally would have stopped. I don't even think I'd still be crying till this day. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have stopped. I would have got up. I would have went home. I would have packed my bags and got my what do you call it? The daggone thing. Got my passport and flew over to France and signed up for the French Part Legion after one woman would have said something like that to me. Oh my God. You would have never you would have never heard from me ever again. She said, "Nah, I don't think so." And when I heard that, I mean, my jaw dropped. My jaw dropped, and I said, "Oh my God." Okay, I wrote some of them down. I hope I can read my Japanese. All right, you okay? What would you do? What would you do if? Now we talk about singles and whatever. You pulled up on a date. Now you was on a date, and you was waiting for your date to arrive. And good morning, good morning. Don't hurt the hobby. And you pulled up on a date, and your date arrived on a moped. You pulled up on a date. Yeah, because we have people talking about the Cheesecake Factory and Chili's and the Waffle House. But what if you pulled up and your date? Now I'm not talking a motorcycle. Now, if I pulled up on a Harley, you look, I got 30,000. I got $30,000 under me right now. Especially these new ones. If I pull up on a Harley or a what's the other company? I forgot, but the new bikes are 30, 40 grand. So if I pull up on a bike, that's a whole different. If I pull up on a motorcycle, if I pull up on a hog, but what would you do if your date pulled up on a moped and was excited? I think the difference between men and women, I would have still went through the date. Yeah, I would have went through the date, but I don't think. I think I think women would have been like, "Oh, oh heck no," and walked away. Oh, oh gee. All right, now this you got to think about this one. What if a woman said to you, "Hey, good morning, welcome in." What if a woman, or a man said to you, "My family takes our bloodline real seriously. Okay, all right, all right. I'm gonna help y'all with this thought. I'm gonna help y'all with this thought. You with someone and talking about maybe having you talk or you talk trying to have like sexual talk or whatever, and this person said, "My family takes our bloodline real seriously." I wish I could read the. They low key telling you ugly. Jesus, my family takes our bloodline seriously. Oh, see, y'all laugh at me, but because I say, because I don't want to get my feelings hurt. If I said I was a 10, y'all be like, yeah, yeah, bro, you're two. That's why I say, look, I'm a strong four, possible five, so I don't get my feelings hurt. But if a woman said, hey, can't stop, my family we take our bloodline real seriously over here. Oh, how would you? Yeah, somebody low key called you ugly. I don't know. I know. I just. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't know. Okay, I got. This is another one, and he said one woman said to this dude, "I've taken dumps that made my legs shake better than you." Oh my god! What would you do? See, and this is what I'm saying. Women, y'all are not. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to have that masculine energy. You don't realize the power that you possess in your voice, in your throat, in your esophagus, in your larynx. You don't understand the power you possess on a man by just saying a few words. How vicious the consequences. That man, he said, "Look, my family takes our bloodline seriously. You don't realize the blood lust that came out of what you just said. You you did you did a Rasengan. I know y'all watch Naruto. You did a an ultimate Rasengan on the man. He will never be the same again. He will never be the same again. Or I've done I've taken dumps that felt better than you. Oh my God. I would have personally, literally started crying. You know how we like, F you. I would literally started crying. You ever, you ever cry? You know, you try not to cry, and you're holding your face together, and that bottom lip keeps moving, and you're like, it goes up, and it starts shaking. I would have started crying if someone would have said something like that to me. That's why, bro. Y'all be like, you a simp. Nah, 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 player. I fear. I fear the opposite sex. I fear my wife. I fear they know what to say, when to say it, and how to cause the most damage that even triage would not stop you from bleeding out. And we be trying to play these women. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. No, 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 player. We be trying to play these women. Y'all be thinking that I have to reciprocate by being manly. You just you if you use your mouth, and even the Bible tells that it's like a your tongue is like a viper, and when you mess with mama viper, oh my god. Oh man, and I there was many more. There was many more, and um, it's so funny. I think I see y'all was wondering where I get the stinky booty confessions from, and I remember I actually got that from my wife. She called me stinky booty. Hey, look, hey, babe, I love you to death, but you need to take your stinky booty upstairs and wash your stink ass. Yes, ma'am. And that's why I came up with the stinky booty confessions. That's why I laugh about it. But I took it the right way. I didn't get in my feelings because I was thinking. He said, "Yeah, babe, I love you." And see, you don't realize that your femininity should be feared above all else because you can take down armies with just a couple of words. I none of this happened to me, but I was listening. I'm like, oh my god! And last but not least, um, I at least got to put a little violence in here because we laughing about this. Dear, and I got to give the brother. Oh, actually, it was a skit. I forgot it was a skit because I was like, I'd have knocked the bejesus out of her. But you've seen those. You've seen them, and in public where people get slapped, and you slap a man, and the man. Oh, I'm gonna end with this one. This was a high school kid, and the girl slapped this young brother, and he reciprocated, but he hit her so hard it knocked the. She had her hair up in a bun, I guess in a style or whatever. It knocked. He slapped her so hard it knocked the style out of her head, and she had a jaw wide open like you really hit me. And all I would say to that is I don't advocate violence against women, and we're just talking, we're just having adult fun. You don't raise your hands to nobody else. Nobody should raise their hand to you. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just say it like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this live because I got the giggles. And, hey, what about you doing, buddy? Welcome in. Hey, sweet thumb. I'll hang on for a minute. But if you hit hashtag can't stop, you leave you can drop uh your link, and we can check out your channel. Anybody else y'all want to do it? I'll stay on for a minute. Just drop your link. We check out your channel. Actually, just do a hashtag can't stop, no apostrophe. Um, Drop your link. And when I come back, I'll check you out. You know what I mean? We probably friends already, but I'm just saying. But I just in That's one thing Charles does. He goes to anybody that's coming in alive, he'll come and friend them. So if y'all looking for friends or whatever, and again, I know this ain't your normal men hate women videos or healing videos and us against them videos. I was just talking about some. It just came to mind, and I just thought it was funny as heck, and I just knew I could not survive the onslaught of what was said. What was said, I get my feelings hurt real quick. I couldn't survive the onslaught of what was said, and um, because we so quick, we just say the B word. Oh, f you, you be. No, 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 no. She pulled out X. This woman, these women, and these things were pulling out Excalibur. They were pulling out Mjolnir. You know, they 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 were hitting you. They were hitting you with Captain America's shield. They were cutting you with vibranium or antimantium like Wolverine. they, they were draw going death blows, and that's why again when I get off here, my wife called me this morning. Honey, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jesus, for being in my life. But I just thought it was something funny to talk about this morning. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for being part of my live. Share me out, like, share, subscribe. Check it. Hey, watching videos. Give me a thumbs up. Do something. It's free. It don't hurt. It don't hurt you. But once again, thanks for coming in, and y'all have a blessed day. And as always, if you think nobody loves you, because I wouldn't think nobody loved me either after hearing somebody say some of this mess to me. But just know that God loves you. I love you too. And y'all have a blessed day. I'll see you tomorrow.